Hey, what's up guys? It's Maverick here. Welcome back for another episode of Dr. Stone's Stone Wars. So, with the conclusion of last episode, the pieces have finally been set and we are ready to start Senku and Gin's master plan of essentially fooling the entire Tsukasa army with one big lie, right? So, finally the mobile phone, if you will, has been set in place, and perhaps even more importantly, after all this time, Senku has finally reconnected with Yuzuriha and Taiju, right? Like, again, that was such an emotional moment when I saw it for the first time. After all this, Spring being separate and with them being essentially undercover spies of some sort, working under Tsukasa and all that, and finally, after all this time, to meet once again, and that was just great. That was definitely a pretty emotional moment, as emotional as you can get within this anime, I feel. But in any case, what's next, right? Obviously, they are going to start the plan and start convincing some people. We are about to get a shit ton of new characters. So hold on your butts and let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. Talk about... Ah, it's this dude. Alright. Like I said, there's about to be a lot of new. See, after all this time. Hey. Hey. Just gotta love it. Senka's first words are, yo. Yeah. No, you aren't. Yeah. You gotta bring back it somehow, right? Do die. Again, I probably will never get over, like, this is actually the opening. Again, I do like this song a lot. It's just, as an opening, it's definitely still, the vibes that it gives off is definitely not what I would expect from Dr. Stone at all. Alright, let's get into it. Call from the dead. Well, technically it's correct. You just be the brawn. Nah. They've got it down pat. And that's all he needs to know. I mean, they were already friends long, long ago. Technically, they were friends for thousands of years already. Hey, they're all getting smart as well. Well, technically, even if you can hear them, you still have to be a good shot as well. One punch! Pew pew pew! Oh. Oh. Think. Go! Come on, Gen. You have more important stuff to do. Go! How many times has Gen made this trip already? Like, they really should have thought it out a lot more. It's Taiju. You're not going to get. Taiju is one stubborn MF. This is something that can really be conveyed over the manga. And of course, Taiju actually thinks. And then, I'm your biggest fan! Of all the people, like, of all the coincidences. They actually hinted at this in the opening as well. Depending. I doubt actual, like, top tier world class artists actually know that. That's never gonna work. Now for Senku. No. Definitely, I was like really super impressed by this. Just do it. Yeah. Yeah. The more funny thing is how Lillian is actually connected to all of this, right? With Senku's father and whatnot. And of course, Kohaku and the others. uh, this is, you know, Nikki the guard has joined the party. Okay. We saw this yesterday already. So, in any case, not yesterday, I mean last time. So, in any case, I'll see you guys after this. Hey, we got our first recruit, and it is Nikki the Guard. And so that is the first of what just might be many more to come, right? Like I said, there's still a ton of other characters that are going to be introduced here. Do look forward to them because they are all important in some way or another. So anyways, back when I was actually reading this chapter for the first time, I actually could not predict at all that this was how the particular chapter was going to end out. This was how the situation was going to play out. There's definitely a lot of plot conveniences being put in here. Like, the first person that they recruit just happens to be a Lillian super fan and whatnot, and just happens to be the guard for Taiju and Yuzuriha, right? Like, so convenient, right? And then, of course, having the entire ending thing being like that, being able to be persuaded just because they had the specific recording of Lillian, which would only work on this person, you know. But, you know, all things considered, right? It's I think I've mentioned before that Doctor Stone is definitely not a series where you look too deeply into these sort of plot, maybe kind of inconsistencies or conveniences, right? Like, another part I can totally mention is the part where Gin, just happens to be able to run all the way back to the village and just in time to pick up the telephone and masquerade as Lillian, right? Don't forget they spent a long time actually what's it called? getting to Tsukasa space in the first place, and then, you know, for them to be able to run all the way back just in time without any coordination whatsoever between them, you know, it's plot convenience, right? But I feel like we don't need to put too much emphasis on that, because this is not the strength of Dr. Stone. The strength of Dr. Stone is still making these type of situations entertaining, and also allowing us to feel, so these things are connected together, and that is what is more important here. And especially for this episode in particular, I feel like it did three things. It had three types of emotions, and it did them pretty well. So the first part is obviously still the sort of emotional part, the reunion between Senku and Yuzuriha and Taiju, which, again, it by itself is emotional, but just to hear like Senku's conversation with Taiju there, and, you know, to understand the trust between them. And Taiju is sort of a simpleton, right? I mean, we have to acknowledge that he doesn't really want to think much. He trusts Senku on these matters, but it's still nice to see a reaffirmation of this sort of partnership that they have, you know, so many episodes after we left him, right? So we pick up right where we left off. It's as if nothing ever happened, right? So after that part, and then obviously we have the middle part with them, you know, getting all with Magma and Chrome and Gin versus the Sonner dude. I think it's safe to say he's the Sonner dude now, because, again, we saw their occupations in their former lives in the opening, and of course all those characters are going to be important later on. That part was kind of funny as well. And then we get to this ending part, which is simultaneously kind of touching and also kind of badass at the same time, especially how Senku managed to, you know, weave his way through those questions and whatnot. I feel like the episode didn't really do it justice. In the manga, they showed a lot more on Senku's assumptions and his calculations and whatnot, and why he was able to deduce these various different numbers, right? The total record sales, the free sizes, and so on and so forth. They actually put a lot more detail into that, which they didn't really show here, but, you know, I think the point is still, the point's gotten across, right? Senku is trying to solve these still with logical reasoning and whatnot, and not just putting it down due to chance or luck or otherwise. But in any case, in the end, no, it still has to be said that it was Senku's scientific prowess that allowed them to convince Nikki, and so, like I said, it's gonna be like the domino effect, right? Once one is down, the others will eventually fall as well, sooner or later, with maybe some resistance, or maybe not, right? I'm not gonna spoil that part for you guys, but in any case, we are just getting started with the whole plan, and of course, there is going to be more and more of the same sort, and obviously more and more of Senku's inventions as well. So there you go. That's it for episode 3 of Dr. Stone Stone Wars. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.